Hey, algorithm cousins. I'm Kiana.
I'm Maliha.
And this is the Mindful Media Podcast.
Welcome. Okay, so I have to be real. When you suggested the title, can we talk about memes for liberation? I was like, I don't know. That's like a little performative. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? But then you changed my mind.
Oh, I did?
You did.
Let's hear it.
Because I think you were talking about, at the end of the day, memes is just communication. Yeah. Memes is media, and media historically has been used in political movements, in social movements. It changes culture. And I was like, oh, maybe you have a point. Maybe.
Well, should we talk about it or should we meme about it?
So the question is, can we meme our way to liberation?
I think that's a great question.
So,
well, memes are not just a function of the internet. Memes have lasted for a really long time. Symbols, memes represent a form of human communication that is visual, that all of us can hopefully relate to, that all of us might be able to relate to, regardless of what language we speak. And memes unify movements, groups, for better or worse. You will know if, there's a symbol of hate that can be memed as well. And we also see that memes can be super positive. For example, the Palestinian movement, the pro-Palestinian movement, to subvert suppression, use the watermelon emoji instead of the Palestinian flag online. And that just became a meme of resistance for the movement. You knew if someone was wearing a watermelon hoodie or something, there's merch, they were affiliated with this movement. But there's also negative memes or memes that fall down different pipelines and represent far right ideologies, like Pepe the Frog.
I didn't know about that one until you literally just informed me that Pepe the Frog got co-opted. Did you know
there used to be memes that were cute and now they're not cute anymore.
Co-opting and weaponizing memes is also something we need to discuss, right? Because I do believe memes as a form of communication has a lot of good, but I do think perhaps the reader requires context. The reader should have some sort of cultural or even meme literacy. If you just were born in 2025, certain memes might mean something very different to you if you don't have historical context, political context, or the context of the art itself. Like watermelon, I also think another cool thing about watermelon is how subversive it was, right? So it's obviously a symbolic thing, but why? It was born out of censorship.
Yes, memes are a great way to subvert.
Memes are a great way of signaling a message. It's like art, essentially, right? So it's here's what we have a problem with, and here's an emoji that seems very harmless and can communicate resistance for some people, right? At the same time, obviously there's going into developing jargon and further depth. There are memes that can provide a lot more depth. I'm thinking of that big brain meme, that has communicated entire historical periods to
Truly.
me. And I'm just whoa, this is a very meta, super.
I really I'm fine. It's fine with the fire around me.
And I also want to speak to algorithmic speak, right? I feel like memes are a part of algo speak. And What is algo speak, you might ask? What is algo speak?
Well, algo speak is a term that has been coined really since TikTok has been around, because there are certain topics that are of importance that, because of the nature of the app censorship, we have to subvert. So, for example, instead of saying suicide, we say sewer slide.
Sewer slide.
Or instead of death or murder or killing, we say unalive. I was going to say accountants. A lot of sex workers use that they're an accountant instead, just to subvert it. And I think that that's brilliant. It's almost like humans and our creativity really reaches highs when we have limits like that. And I think algo speak is a function of that. However, the other side of algo speak is, are we changing ourselves due to this?
Ooh.
Because
culture and language, that is such a great point. And I think about that all the time, especially when I'm in contact or in community with friends who are very offline, right? Like I'm chronically online.
They're not watching this right now. I know they're not.
They're not.
This is the chronically online family.
I have a friend who like goes out without a phone because she's so offline, right?
It couldn't be me.
And so I think when you communicate with them, I see like cultural differences. Even though we're literally the same age, we went to the same school, you know what I'm saying? It's just internet culture is its own geography or transcends physical geography because the digital realm is its own thing.
That's so true. And I also think that the internet and social media allows generations to communicate with each other, and memes are such a unifier in that.
Across borders.
Yes, across borders, across
also
generations.
across languages.
Yes.
Think of the cat memes on Red Note. Everybody
Cat, universal internet language. Cat is the universal mascot of the internet.
Oh my gosh. Neon cat.
Neon cat. Oh, grumpy cat. Rest in peace.
I also want to acknowledge like communication even right now, right? We have like the deny, defend, depose. Will this video get censored? TBA.
I am wearing green. For no particular reason.
So things like that, right? When people understand symbolism between language, it's again, meme language. People put it in meme format, cartoons. Political cartoons have been a thing for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Communication tools. I even think of, I forgot which historical period. I think it was one of the world wars. Like cryptograms were invented to subvert censorship or it being intercepted. Right? And they had to be like, oh, how do we subvert our communication so only the intended party can understand it?
Code. Humans have been creating code for a long time. And I guess we're just coding to liberation.
Absolutely. And welcome memes. That's just a new generation.
It's true. But the code could also be weaponized. So that's always something to keep in mind.
And so let's talk about that, right? Like, how do we, as the average consumer of media, what are the dangers of memes? Like, how can I be consuming innocent cat memes and maybe end up getting into some pipelines that I don't even know exist?
It's because you don't need the context for memes. And so memes can be weaponized for that. I think that Pepe the Frog is a perfect example of this. Pepe, I believe, was formed on 4chan and Reddit, but without being in those spaces, which I would call culture, without being in those cultural spaces, which is 4chan and some subreddits, if you saw Pepe, you would be like, oh, that's a really like funny frog. Haha, I'm going to use it in my texts with friends. But what if your friend does know the context? So that's one element of danger. Another element of danger with memes, and I would like to credit Crutches and Spice, Imani, for this, for just forewarning, not memifying evil people while they are still alive. Like, for example, the people in our current administration, because that normalizes the culture. Being MAGA is kind of cool right now, and memes really infuse the cool factor because it's culture and people want to be part of culture.
Wow. This reminds me of, I forgot her name, like Italy's prime minister.
I don't know.
I don't know her name, but I think her name, she's from the Mussolini family. And apparently she's a good example of how people memed her into like leadership for the country. Did you know about this?
I did not know about this.
I totally forgot, but somebody made a really good TikTok about it. That's how I know, of course.
Send it to me, Rachel. Send it to me. That's not algo speak.
But basically, for the youth of the country, she was so ridiculous. Like, who would vote for her? They made jokes about her. They made songs about her. And people started consuming the song because it's a good song. But now, it started off something like anti-song, right? It's like anti-her music. But then it sooner helped her, made her more popular. More people know the song. It got trending. People don't know the context of the song. People just consume. She just became a name. And at the end line, when people were voting, they were just like, well, I heard her name. She must be something.
Yes. Brand awareness. Brand awareness.
The kids are talking about her. She must be something. Boom. Now she is the elected far-right president of Italy, prime minister, whatever Italy has.
That is crazy. And that reminds me of, did anyone who was like under the age of, or over the age, did anyone who was over the age of 50 understand what Kamala is brat meant when that was her Twitter cover photo. That was a meme.
Oh, you're wearing a Brat shirt.
We've turned into Luigi. But yeah, rip Brat Summer. Brat Summer is a great example. Kamala is Brat, and the memification of every facet of our lives, including our elected officials. I mean, dare I say, Donald Trump himself was a meme before he went into the presidential race. It might have been before 2015, but I blurred out my memory.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking this up. Giorgia Meloni. That is the name of, I think, Italy's current.
It was a Bella Ciao meme.
Okay. So I looked it up. Her name is Giorgia Meloni. And essentially she had given this speech that was like very anti-LGBTQ and things like that. And so for jokes, the youth were like, we're just going to make fun of her, like kind of like buzz her words together, created a popular music remix. But again, it became a really top-trending song. Everyone was ha-ha-hee-ing about it and just helped her, made her popular, a popular household name because of how successful that song was. And fast forward, popularity wins. You get your vote. There was free publicity from the left for her. And now she's like the current, again, prime minister of Italy.
And the meme had something to do with that.
She got memed. She got memed into a song.
It's so interesting because
they took her words, chopped it up, made a song.
It reminds me of I Just Fell Out of a Coconut Tree, which was a big meme before Kamala was announced as the replacement candidate for Joe Biden. And that meme was already going around. And I don't think it was even attributed to Kamala Harris. It was just a sound that was going around. Yeah. But once she was announced and Brat Summer was going around, that coconut tree meme really made its rounds on social media. But I think it was targeting people who were already going to vote for her.
So now I want to say two things about this. One, obviously clearly shows memes as a very powerful communication tool, messaging. But ultimately, Kamala's campaign in many ways over-relied on memes. Memes are powerful, but they are not the be-all and end-all of liberation.
No, they're not.
So we need to talk about the roles of liberation. What is it truly, like, let's like zoom out. What's the bigger picture in when memes exist? And I think if you understand liberation movements, it's a multi-pronged. There is no golden answer. I think we're so used to giving like, what is the biggest, most effective strategy? And the reality is there is none. They all hold weight. Communications, disrupting, legal stuff, caregivers, people who are educators, people who challenge our imagination and our visions for the new world. Like all of these are very different departments that we need to create systemic change, to create the new world, to build this new world, right? And memes are an important part of that. But like I said, you cannot only meme your way to liberation, right? That cannot be your sole method. But at the same time, I would argue liberation cannot be achieved without memes.
Why is that? Let's hear your case.
Because
are memes that powerful?
Memes are extremely, well, they clearly got somebody elected.
They sure did.
They got elected.
And they got Elon in the White House.
They did. So I think 100% memes are not to be underestimated, but at the same time, not to be over-relied.
I think a philosopher and thinker and writer maybe predicted this in the 60s. Have you heard of Marshall McLuhan?
I have not.
Well, as someone who works in media and is just like obsessed with the power of media, I believe that everything is media. And I always think about this essay by Marshall McLuhan called "The Medium is the Message." And it really just anticipates and foreshadows how modes of communication that evolve human society, for example, the television, the telephone, streaming video, social media, it affects how we operate as humans and communicate with each other. So let me give you like kind of a banger from Marshall McLuhan. Okay. This is paraphrased, but he explained this through some key insights. And one of them is going to blow your mind. Every medium extends some human faculty. The wheel extends the foot. The book extends the eye. Electronic media extends the nervous system.
Whoa. I need a minute. The electronic media extends the nervous system. I mean, that had so many points for me as a psychologist because the algorithm really, like, that's what it always taps into our nervous systems, our emotions, our feelings. Wow.
Because at this point with algorithms,
they program us.
They engineer the media based on our emotions. And that is proven. That has actually been around for a really long time. And that's just really a part of the advertising and marketing industry.
Wow. That's really powerful. This man wrote this in the 60s.
I know. He could really see in the future. I wonder what he would think about our current state. I wonder what he would think about Doge now that it's a government department. Meme to government department. Have we seen that before?
No, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I mean, other than 1930s Germany, probably.
See, that's another thing. Like, I know memes didn't exist in history, but like propaganda, memes can be propaganda. At the end of the day, it is a medium. It's a tool.
Exactly.
It's a tool that can be used by anybody. And the way best to know how a tool is being weaponized or not is building literacy.
What does meme literacy feel like? Like, what does it look like to you?
Knowing, I think it's kind of like, at the end of the day, memes are also tapping into humor. And it's one of the humor things is like punch up, not down. Mm-hmm. When humor is punching down, that's always like targeting a group, blaming somebody. Memes can do that too. There are memes that, like, I think a lot of like your alpha sigma male, like they're often punching down on women, right? Like they're misogynistic. So if you notice a meme that is kind of punching down, like that's probably a red flag, right? If you're seeing a meme format that you're not familiar with or symbolism that you're not familiar with, like for me, if I didn't know what you said about the pepe frog meme, I'd be like, cute frog. But then you give me context. You're like, actually, it's a right wing.
It's kind of like all the millennials and Gen Z explaining brat summer to their parents.
So I think if you don't know a meme format, good idea to build that literacy. Google where it's like, hey, where does this originate? Who is the meme benefiting? Like, okay, they're passing a message. Is it just for ha ha he he? I mean, it probably is, but like, is there underlying benefits to humanity, to society? Then cool. Let's keep it pushing.
Exactly.
But if it's just kind of giving you weird vibes, trust your gut. Trust the emotional triggers. Like if it's triggering confusion, if it's triggering feelings that you're not safe with, perhaps it's time to explore.
Oh my gosh. I think that is such a good way of just consuming any sort of media. That's great for,
so
that's a great tip.
Literacy.
That's a great tip.
Meme literacy goes back to media literacy.
It really does. And I think that is why the jokes are so dangerous, because memes are inherently a humorous format. So when we do make jokes out of horrific things or people, then that normalizes them. Unfortunately, memes have a cool factor. And once you're memed, you're kind of cool. Like I believe that the first day I joined Red Note, I was being taught by a lovely Chinese Red Noter about their memes. And they had this meme of like Trump in like these hilarious, like small Asian baby pigtails.
Wait.
She was just explaining that this just means like awkward. And I think all of the Americans in the comment section were like, eek. So it is so cute that another culture had like explained the context of a meme for us so that we knew that they were not like really pro him, but we're just using his likeness and that meme for humor.
Interesting. I think a lot of meme literacy goes into having to do a little bit of extra work when you notice patterns in your memes, when you notice specific, like the Trump with the pigtails and you're like, ooh, awkward. Where's this coming from?
Yeah. Exactly. It is a mark of culture, though. I think memes are a social signal, too. So if you are wearing a watermelon, you are signaling to people your values. Yes. If you are wearing a, pride flag or something that represents LGBTQ in some format in the flag, then that is a social signal as well. Whether that means you belong to this culture or that you are in support of this culture. And that can go on both sides. Like you could see something kind of scary represented too.
And I do want to touch on what you said earlier about the cool factor. I think memes are very powerful social currency. Like you said, we can wear it to show safety, solidarity, but we can also wear it to scare people, intimidation, right? Like the swastika, right? And I think what we decide, like at the end of the day, it's something we all mutually agree is going to give it power. It's going to make it cool. So I think as we create memes, and we have to be slightly critical about, are we okay with giving this power? Are we okay with making this person more powerful, more cooler? And if it's a message you think it should be amplified, go for it. But if it's a message that's not fully safe or healthy, whatever, for you or your other community members, then maybe let's not share that one, you know?
And I also think it's interesting that memes cross generations, but they're typically created by younger generations.
Yes.
They're spread across generations, but they're primarily created by the de facto young generation. So
Yes.
right now that would be like younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha are making the memes of today. And that has always kind of been the case, but it doesn't mean that you can't be like a 60-year-old seeing that meme and posting it because it resonates with you.
And again, that context, right? Because remember that day when we were showing internet memes to our parents, they'd be like, who is this? Do you know them? And you're like,
so
oh
true.
my
I used
God.
to show memes to my mom and she would ask, do you know that? But that's such a cute, innocent question.
But again, it goes to show that if you don't know the context of the image, you're going to be like, who is this? Am I supposed to know them?
Right. That's so funny. That just goes to show that like as an internet first generation, we are so comfortable with the concept of like interacting with strangers on the internet,
and I think
even
also,
if it's a meme.
Right. But I think we also take literacy for granted. We take meme literacy for granted for each other, but not everyone, especially as we become a global village and we're sharing memes across cultures. I also want to name like people who do liberation work, right? Like what was that page? I thought it was so funny. Like so many of the encampments during, like spring 2024, the encampments at different universities, memes are used on college campuses very popularly to organize.
Can you give an example or would that give too much away?
I think the concept was called comedic intifada.
And was this like in private group chats and stuff?
No, these were like Instagram pages. Like I know like at Columbia we had Barfnard. You know what I'm saying? But like so many colleges, that's just one account, but there were so many colleges. And I thought there was this very effective, because again, cool factor. Because memes can make you cool or they can make you cringe, right? And that's a lot of power that we give our youth or our meme creators. And we should acknowledge that it is a useful tool and it's worth a skill worth building.
Exactly.
In shifting culture, shifting conversations around liberation for so many marginalized groups.
I agree.
You can take up someone, take down someone.
And I think that memes really exemplify the power of media. Media is so powerful, and we are in a time right now where truly everything is media and memes are just a part of that. And I think it's, I'm so glad you covered how to stay meme literate, because if our media is on social media and if that social media is kind of in cahoots with the state, then can we really trust these memes anymore?
Yes. Oh, one other tip I have is also when you're following an Instagram page, Facebook group, whatever that looks like, they could always provide good memes, good educational content in the form of memes, but that doesn't mean they become a credible source long-term. They can shift. Tones can shift.
Times can shift.
Authors can shift, right? So while obviously we have a general sense of, oh, this person's credible, you always want to practice a healthy skepticism. Always keep your little thinking brain on in the back.
Always.
It's
just good practice.
Things
always ask questions.
Co-opted. Pages can get co-opted. People can get co-opted, just like memes can get co-opted.
That is a good question. So like if Meta has more control on the algorithm and they, co-opt some activist pages, which does happen in real life and online, how would we ever know that, And I think that you would kind of know if you are part of the culture and you understand the language, you would feel a vibe shift.
Yes. Wow. These are some good tips.
We'll see. Do you guys have any good tips? Let us know, please. We all need all the meme literacy tips.
Yes. Please. Oh my God. Should we write about this?
Welcome to all of our conversations. Wait, chat. Should we write about this?
I think that's it for today's conversation. Please share with us any meme literacy tips that you have, or any meme that has transformed your way of thinking, perhaps. Was there a very meme that like radically shifted your perspectives on things?
I'm so old that I remember the dancing baby.
The dancing
exactly.
Baby. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. If you know, Ally McBeal. And this was like Microsoft 95 or something. I don't know, maybe 98. It was the 90s.
The 1900s.
Wait, before we leave,
Okay.
do you have a favorite meme of all time or like a current favorite meme?
Oh,
One that genuinely makes you laugh.
I feel like it's like I miss Grumpy the cat.
I miss Grumpy the cat too.
Grumpy the cat. I'm a cat meme girl.
I'm a cat meme girl too. I was thinking
cat bread, neon cat, so many cat memes. So
like the loaf. I also like cat lasers.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, yes. I'm a basic cat girly.
I think that if you're chronically online, you also have a cat. That's just science, right?
Science. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you for the next episode of Mindful Media.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.